Hello, everyone. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Not sure what's going on up there. Make it big. Oops. Now you could hear me twice. I'm sure that is not what you intended. All right, so I think I've got that set. And come back over here so I can see me down here. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. If you celebrated, I hope you had a wonderful Easter. Um, Lots of things happening. I'm still struggling with my allergies. The pollen is awful here in East Tennessee, but got to keep on going. So tonight, first, hello, I am Brenda. Can't even spell. Sellers, and I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So thank you for joining tonight. I hope that you get something from what we're going to do. Toss a few little things off the desk. So first, I want to share with you about the scrapbook and card class that I am offering. Let me find the little flyer, just one second, so I can share my screen. It's here and here. I'll find this one again and share this. It is Exploring Nature. Hi, Tracy. I see that you joined. It's cards and scrapbooking adventure class. So the three of us, you can see in the picture, Beck, myself, and Fiona, we all came together and we created 10 total cards and two, like a 12 by 12, 2 pages, scrapbooking. So Beck and I did, hi, Kay. Beck is from Australia and Fiona is from New Zealand. And so we came together when we got to go to Sydney for the Stampin' Up on stage. So it was a great day, weekend, whatever you want to call it. We had fun. So that is April the 18th. You're seeing my view of it. Let's see if I can find some more. Hang on. Discussion. It should be in about. Here's the details. So that will be on April the 18th from 10 to 5. It's $85 each person because food is included and there's prizes and things. I will offer it to go. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up and I'll include all of the little, another friend calls them Circes, and I'm not sure how to spell that, but table gifts, the different little things that is included with this class. And you'll still have the opportunity to win some prizes. So if you're interested in that, you can find it on Facebook. It's here, Exploring Nature, Card Making and Scrapbooking Adventure. So Beck, Brenda, and Fiona. Hi, Kay from Wisconsin. Woohoo, I'm getting everybody today. Oh, hi. Oh, I love that, Tracy. That makes me giggle almost every time I see it. And another friend says, Ohio, only handle it one time. Okay, that's important too. So if you're interested in this class, you still got a little bit of time to sign up for it. I see squirrels. And just let me know. There's the information to get in touch with me if you need that as well. All right. Now, the other thing, let me stop that share and find the other one I wanted to share. Oh, I'll just pull it out and show you. I'm doing the virtual scrapbooking class with Stampin' Up. That is happening on, I believe it's April 29th. Let me get the date right. Virtual album retreat. It is April 29, 30, and May 1st. Eastern time, it starts at 4. Mountain time, it starts at 2. So Central is 3. So let me show you all of the goodies that you'll get in that box. Yes, I know it's $250 for the box of goodies and access to a private exclusive Facebook group. And that's where the live event will happen. But you'll also be able to watch the replays, and then they will save them and move them to YouTube. All right, let me get that screen shared and I'll show you. You all, I did open it and kind of peeked inside. There's a fun thing that you can't pre-order if you're a demonstrator. So let me share my screen. We did a little bit of remodeling stuff here, moving things around. So my camera might not be in the exact spot. So let's get it there first. Second camera. See how much of the messy desk you're seeing. Oh, it's crooked. Oh, looky here. There's still some caramellos from Australia. We're saving those two. All right. This virtual scrapbooking workshop kit comes in its own pretty box. Says virtual album retreat. Of course, it comes by UPS or however they want to ship it to you. So let's pull these flaps. Da-da, 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 da-da. Woohoo! All right, now I'm going to move the box out of the way. Let's just pull all of the fun goodies out. All right, I just moved the box. So you'll get this little guide that tells you that joining for the 3-day virtual album retreat starting on the 29th in North America and Europe and April 30th in the South Pacific. So this also gives you the QR code to get into the Facebook group. Looky here. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I'm standing up. Look at that shimmer pen. That is one of the new colors that we will get to play with. Golden Glow Shimmer Brush. See that little white part? Same as with your Wink Stella. It's got that little spacer in there, so you have to pop that apart. But woohoo! Golden Glow Shimmer. And white gel pens. I'm going to move the spot so I can sit back in. Because I feel like you're looking at the middle of me. Hey, Jeannie. So there's the 2 white gel pens. There is twine or linen thread. Several packs. Actually, let's see. Here is the photo placeholders. Some 4x4 flip flaps. It's a pack of 12. Don't know if we'll use all of those, but maybe. Look at those gems. Moody palette glossy dots. What color's up underneath there? White. And 4 stamp sets. So, oh, I got them in wrong number order. So you get alphabet, Happiness is here, alphabet 1. Happiness is here, alphabet 2, so it's the outlines. So you could stamp this, and then you could stamp that inside it in a different color. Isn't that cool? All right, and then happiness is here. Remember this for the record. Cool, cute. Making a beautiful life. Nothing is better than this. Cute. Oh, and there's a date format. And these, you could fill that in with those leaves, the star, the heart. Oh, there's a smiley face. I totally looked over him. You could put him in that big glob if you want to. Oh, that's for the middle of the sun. Where's my splatter stamps? I like splatter. You could use that. So this one has 13 stamps. That one has 14, 36, and 54 stamps in those 4 little packets. All right, let's put this back in the bag so I don't lose it. This year, they did it a little different. Last year, everything was pre-cut and packaged for you. All you had to do was pop out the little pop-outs. This year, not so much. So you've got this pack of, I guess it's designer series paper. Let me look. 2 weeks before the event, which means next week, they will be telling us how to prep for the class or for the retreat. Oh, it's one-sided. It tells us where to cut and what projects they are. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love the gingham. All right, let's not get those out of order. I love this pattern too. I know, Brenda, you love it all. Carol, hi, Kay. Hi, Jeannie. Look at all my friends. If you are not a demonstrator and you choose to order this so you can get that shimmer pin, they're going to tell us how to cut all these papers. Look, here's a new in color. Hydrangea hue, one of my favorites. I would love it if you would order it under me. And then if you don't get it all done in that one setting, we could, oh, look how pretty. We could schedule a day and go through it and finish up our pages. Last year, my friend Beverly and I sat at my craft table right back there, and we handed pieces and parts across the table to each other. We had both bought the kit, so we were watching it together and putting it together at the same time. It was an amazing 3 days spending those with her. It was so much fun, but also putting our cards, our scrapbooks together. These are little punch outs, so it'll tell, and it's got the projects on the back. And then you get the page protectors. All right, so that's enough for show and tell. I am going to stuff these back in their box while I get ready to put them together with our friends from Stampin' Up. They do a wonderful job. And obviously, because it's recorded, you can pause it and go back and watch replays and make them pause so that you can catch up. But I felt like the pace was okay, and Beverly and I did all right. All right. Is my, yes. Making sure if you're watching this on the replay, hi, Audra. I will put a little, what's it called? Timestamp to let you know where the actual crafting starts, which is here. And we are going to play with a stamp set that I haven't got to play with yet. I try to keep them right here beside me, so that I know I haven't played. See, splatter. We're going to play with gears and textures. And then after we get done tonight, we are going to clean this off with alcohol and put that stuff on it that my friend Beck gave me so it gets rid of this glare. All right, so gears and textures. Ooh, All right, and one of the first things I do when I get a brand new stamp set out like this is I peel this little flimsy backing off. I need to make sure I've got a chamois over here. I'll get one. And then, actually, oh, that's thick. Basic white cardstock. I have to open a new pack. I use a lot of basic white. Gears and Textures is currently available. You can go as simple as you want with this stamp set, or you can go as grungy as you want. I know a lot of people like grungy. I'm going to try tonight. We'll see how I do. All right. I'm going to cut this down to about 5 1/4 and leave it 8 1/2 because that fits in the stamp case. Pretty sure that's the measurement. Yes. And I am going to use my Secret C. It is my new favorite black. And then I'm just going to ink this little dude up. So you're watching start to finish how I use a brand new ink stamp set. Oh, look at that. See, and it lets you see all of your stamps too. Yeah, you can see them on the front, but oh, there's the inside of a light bulb. Where's the outside? I don't know. Phillips head, flat heads. And then I take this little dude and I very carefully try to keep the ink off my fingers. And I turn him over on the paper just like that. That way, when I start using these off of the paper, I can kind of lay this back down and say, yep, I've got all my stamps. And yep, I know where they go. All right. And I've used every one of my stamps. That's cheating. And then I take this, I put it in the case, and I tuck that in. Because I store my stamps standing on their end, they don't fall out. All right, so let's lay that back up there. Close this dude, find a stamp chamois. That's still wet. I have crafted several. All right. And then just wipe it off. This is what I like about the glass mat. I can just wipe the excess off too as it comes off. All right. So our stamps have been used. They are cleaned. Let's lay these guys up here. Let's go ahead and put this back on. And lay them there. Now, let's start creating. Let's go from the outside of the bulb is a die. Okay, thank you. Makes sense. Of course it is. All right, let's start with our basic white thick. We are going to make 2 card bases with this. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Park the dark cuts. We're going to score it 4 1/4. Thank you, Julie Salva. I will never forget that now. Cut it at 5 1/2. She says park the dark. I always put my card stock up against that tight. And then when I get ready to cut, I bring my cutting blade down and push it towards the top because that holds it straight. So now I have two card bases. We are going to go very, very simple with this one. Let me see if I can. Did not save it. All right. Look at our dies. Yep, there it is. There it is. But we're going to go very basic with our first card. So I know I need a piece of basic white. We're going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. We save our 1/2 inch strips because we stamp with those. We're going to stamp on that. We are going to stamp big and little wheels or gears. 1 and 2. Obviously you guys saw this was the first time I've played with this one. Let's have some fun. Let's get some stamps or blocks. Here we go. Try, let's do it this way, to lay them on cardstock so that they can kind of relax a little bit. These are the same size blocks. I was trying to avoid that in case they were inky, but they're not. I cleaned them good. Turn it over anyway. Thank you, Becky. And let's use, oh, we used to have copper clay. We don't have copper clay. We have Cajun Craze. Let's make our gears be, this doesn't have any sentiments. We need a sentiment stamp. I want one that's always, I don't want to start a new set. But let's grab one that's already done. Want a little bit chunkier. I haven't opened any of those either. Not that big. Not that big. Just use beautiful motifs. I don't know if the stamp is still available or not, but I like the fonts in it, and we'll see which one fits. All right, we're gonna do Secret C with that gear, and then I'm gonna stamp on with Cajun Craze. Hey, Carol. What was that stamp pad? Secret C. This one's Cajun Craze. I think that's the question you ask. That one looks like it's a little crystally. Not sure what's going on with that. It'll still stamp. We're going to stamp this guy right up here. And then we're going to stamp 2 of these smaller gears. Right there. And a little closer. That's better. Let's turn it over and do it again. So because these are foam, you just got to tap, tap, tap. You don't want to smash it in there or you'll get it ink where you don't want it. Stamp it down. Tap. Put my head in the way of the camera. There we go. Yep, that'll make that gear turn. And let's put him right here. Nice. And then I think I do want a bigger sentiment on the bottom. Let's go with one big one. Where's my big ones? Those are too big. Let's stay with the tools. Trusty tools, and just put thank you. Or you're the most awesome. I'll send this to my daddy. One of them, maybe. You can send them to him multiple times or different times. And I'm going to stamp it right there. A block. Have another one. Stamp it in Secret C. This one is very, very plain, y'all. Very, very plain. And that's okay. We're going to step it up from here. All right. That right. Oh, you can see through it and see those on the back side. That's not cool. Maybe it kind of is. What do you think? Can you see them? I can see them. You can see them now. We're not going to use that. That's kind of funny. All right, let's restamp. That's the thing with paper. It's magic. Yes, it has 2 sides, but when you can see through it. So let's do 5 1/4. Practice stamping, right? Practice. By 4. All right. We know that we need our secret C. I'm going to put him right down here. That gave us lots of practice. You could put a bigger sentiment down here to make it fill it up a little bit more if you wanted to. Our gear. And you could use as many colors as you want. I mean, it is your card. I like that. I like it. And I'm about out of adhesive. Good thing I know where they make more. Now let's get a little bit of bling. I know what I want. It is right here. Same bling that I'm going to use with the Exploring Nature stamp kit. Don't see them. You don't see, oh, you didn't see I could see it peeking through the other side. It was most annoying. All right, let's put one here. And one is stuck to the putty. Not supposed to do that. And again, I think I'm out of practice. I'm going to put that one right here. That way it does make an obtuse triangle, but it also points to you're the most awesome. And this could be for any gender. There's gears that turn in our watches. Well, maybe not Fitbits and Apple Watches, but that was good right there, Brenda. But in the old-fashioned watches, the analog watches, they have gears that twist and turn. Let's make another one. So we have our card base. And we need to grab another piece of basic white, cut it down. So we're going to do 3 cards tonight. If you want these, place you a $50 order. And let's for this. I will send you the material to make these 3 cards. Oh, like the dark. Let's not cut it yet. We're scoring. And I'll send you the material and the measurements for these 3 cards. Can't send any stamped images, so if there's one that you really like, you can, maybe you already have the set, or you can find one that's very similar. All right. I needed to cut that. I've already got my card base cut. That's what I get for talking and trying to work at the same time. All right. We're cutting it at 4 by 5 1/4. That little piece goes in the recycle. Now, we are going to play and have fun. Let's make this one grungy. So we're going to use some Secret C. We're going to use Page and Craze. That one's words are right there. This one had 2 that had the same words. And we're going to use this splatter. That on there. I'm going to use the circle. Take that off temporarily. Put it over here so I know where it's at. So we're going to splatter. We're going to splatter. Then put a little bit of that there. Going to use the chain. I'm just laying these on here for right now. Let me grab the blocks so we can get some of those mounted. I've got blocks. All right. Let's do this one first. And this one. chain. It's not straight. And I need another block. Do I have another one laying right here? Nope. Oh, I've got my little stamp positioner thingy. I can use that. This guy. Okay, I think that's enough to be a little grungy. Are you in there with your friends? All right, let's do a stamp off. Secret C. There. Let's add another one up here. Let's add this dude in early espresso. I'm just going to have all kinds of different colors out here. Off to early espresso right there. Nice. We're just going to do one of him. And then, oh, it's in the wrong place. Very much in the wrong place. Let's do our chain down. Look, we're going to do the chain last. Let's do this one again. Right here. I like it. I need something in this corner. I'm going to do let's do a lighter color of that too. So that means stamp off. And stamp on. So you could make it as grungy as you want with as many stamps. Lay that one there. I think we're done with that. Let's go. Chain. Gonna go kind of connecting all the pieces together, but hanging from the top. How about that? That's pretty cool. Isn't this a fun stamp set to play with? All right, let's lay those up there. Lay you over here. We've got our piece of basic white. We're gonna see what die cut shapes there are. So you could cut all of those out with those die cut shapes. That would take a long time. Let's stamp. You're the most awesome. And fussy cut. Woohoo! Some of my friends' favorite thing to do. Actually, make it a little bit bigger so I can handle it easier. Dimensionals. I saw some right here. Oh, we got to put it on our card base first. So you can use the same color cardstock to create your cards. That does give it a little bit of extra thickness. And then I'm going to put this down here in this stuff. Y'all, my hubby bought me a vacuum cleaner that I'm absolutely in love in. So when I drop the dimensional backings and they hit the floor, I'm totally okay with that. Because I get to play with my vacuum cleaner. All right, let's put some of these little dudes on here. And they do not want to come up like they're supposed to. I'm going to stick one right here, minus the fuzz. Where that came from has nothing to do with the fact that I got 4 cats. Let's put one right there. And let's stick one over here. All right, see? From this to this, just by adding more ink. Isn't that fun? Now, let's add some designer series paper. So let's lay these guys up here. Let's cover these so we don't accidentally put our paper in them, because that's exactly something I would do. And we're going to use Pool Party for a card base. Looks like I've got one cut. Got some big pieces if I need it. And we're going to use Country Woods. Where's your edge? Pretty. I'm going to use the thinner strip because I'm going to do it a little bit different. Not covering the whole card front. And we need go with that strip. All right. We're going to stamp on the bottom of our card base. Let's go ahead and fold it. Kind of matches the plate, the glass mat. Let's do our stamping. And we used early espresso. Off. And it doesn't matter where. I think that's the only one we used early espresso on. And then we're going to use our little round splatters that kind of look like, I don't know. It reminds me of like if it's on a grinding plate and it's got those little splatters. And then we're going to use these splatters. Stamp off. Stamp on. Ah, I like that. So tap, tap, tap. Stamp off. stamp on. Lay it right up there. Let's do our big wheel or gear. Wait a second. My mind started crunching, turning. So let's do this cutting first. So set you there. Set you there. You're thinking, what on earth are you doing? I need this to be cut at 5 1/4. And it is right at 3 inches. That's what we're going to call it, 3 by 5 1/4. It's going to go right there, but I'm going to cut it at a little bit of an angle. So if I put it on the 2-inch mark right here, and that corner in the cutting tray or the little ditch, so 2-inch and the ditch, that gives me my angle. You don't have to be precise. And I cut it the wrong direction, but that's okay. We'll just swap it around. And then this needs to be at 5 1/4. And I'm going to cut it also. I want it to be about a 1/2 inch there. Actually, how do I do this? I'm going to cut it in half. Right now it's about 2, so we're going to cut it at 1 inch. Because I just want it to border a little bit. To give us those different textures. That works. So let's put adhesive. Like, you guys are probably thinking, I'm never watching her videos ever again. She is not doing very well. This is thinking from the seat of your pants and creating and having fun and playing with different textures and designs. Then I'm going to make this have common borders on these 3 sides. And now I'm going to stamp a little bit more. All right, where's my secret C? I'm trying to see what kind of train wreck she has, that, aren't you? So let's go here. Holding it on there a little bit gives it a little bit more time to soak into your paper. And I'm going to put these guys up here. Ha ha, that would on that cog and that cog. Works. It works. And now I want a smaller piece of Pool Party, and I've got scraps. That one too small. Nope. I don't know if you all have played with the new ink pads or if you have them or if you've seen them. Um, I haven't played with them, but I do have them and they are most awesome. I'm going to leave that just like that and pop it on there. Dimensionals. All right, who hid my dimensionals? I did. Put them away, that's how I hid them. Where they belong. If you make these cards, be part of my crafting or creating with Brenda Facebook group and pop some cards in there. Let me see what you're making. All right, let's use a big one. Let's put it right here. And these two little ones, so we're done with that pack. Pop it right there. I'm going to kind of keep it down here in this mess. All right, what do you think? Do you like these grungy cards? I mean, I feel like it's kind of grungy. You could do oh so many more things with these. What do you think? Let me know what you like. I mean, that's very simple, basic stamps, paper, and ink. That's it. These are a little bit more involved, a little bit more. Like that's just stamps, paper, and ink too, and some little gems. And then I added some designer series paper and stamped on my card base, which I don't usually do. Let me know what you think. I'm waiting. Is anybody commenting? Scoot that up there and see. Let me know in the comments. I will also share this over on my Facebook page. Again, if you do a minimum order of $50 on my website, I will send you the material to make these three and the little gems, but I can't send stamped images. So if you want that, make it be part of your order. I am getting a little closer to my goal. Stop the share. That's what I want to do. Every purchase helps me get a little bit closer. I've got 3 more columns to fill up. So let's see what we can do. Have fun. Yes, these are good for Father's Day cards. They're also good for hubby cards. If your hubby is a little bit of likes to play with mechanical things. But I'm getting closer, and I appreciate everybody's help. Whether you like my channels, subscribe to my YouTube, my Facebook, comment, share, all of that helps in every little way. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next time. Have a great week and do something fun for yourself. Bye.